Hey guys! Today we have a brand new video on one of the smaller upcoming iOS strategy games, War and Order. So I routinely look through the top lists in the App Store and try out the multiplayer games, in particular the strategy ones. I've been playing War and Order for a bit on a realm that's a few days old, and it's very similar to a game called Invasion that I sunk many hours into last summer. I wasn't able to make videos on that game because I didn't have the right software to record vertical games, but now I do. One of the big strengths of War and Order, like some other games I've played such as Siegefall, is that it has great visuals. War and Order is definitely easy on the eyes, and I think that's something that makes this game more enjoyable than some. Anyways, plenty of people watching this probably understand how these sorts of games work. The building and strategy model in War and Order is similar to, as I mentioned, Invasion, and as well as, I've been told, Game of War. I really enjoy making guide videos, but I know there are lots of games with strategy models very similar to this one, and maybe that makes guides feel kind of boring for stuff you've already heard before. So let me know if you'd rather see progression videos or me trying to immerse you guys in hilarious zone politics instead. With that said, let's run through some of the basics in War and Order. I'm sitting here in my castle doing most of the basic stuff that you would expect in a fantasy-themed iOS MMO. I've been leveling up buildings to produce wood, food, and stone in this area here, and as you might have guessed, this is not the best source of these resources. It's worth doing anyway, it seems like, just because it's cheap and you get power from building those buildings and upgrading them. Power is the number in the top left next to the crossed swords that indicates how strong you are and comes from multiple different actions in-game. But you guys probably already knew that. At this time on my realm, it seems like your goal is about 15,000 power for joining a decent alliance. Obviously this will change the longer this video has been around. The central aspect of any strategy game like this is trying to upgrade your buildings so that you can upgrade your castle and then upgrade your barracks in particular to build stronger and stronger units with. The basic starting guide in a nutshell is that in this type of strategy game, you want to avoid getting destroyed at the start of the zone or realm, and build, research, and gather as much as you possibly can while avoiding danger. If you want the most long-term success, that's what you should do. Is that the most fun way to play? That's pretty debatable. Gathering in itself is a dangerous activity, and it's the main way that you will be getting resources. I know you see those buildings in the castle producing things that fly up into your storage, but units gathering resources gets you a lot more resources, and is basically the meta for the near future. You can be attacked while gathering though, and this can be potentially devastating. The important thing here is to know that you can build medic tents to go with your hospital, which increase the amount of wounded soldiers that you can house. You can heal these wounded soldiers to recover some of your losses from a battle. If you plan to do a lot of PvP, it's really important to level these up so you don't get wiped. Building up is nice and efficient, but most of what keeps people coming back to a game like War and Order is the bond players create with their alliance in their efforts to reach the top of the leaderboard. Collaboration is a huge part of the game, using your friends to reinforce each other and destroy your enemies. It got tough when I played Invasion pretty quick because people started to gather like crazy and there were more people than resources to actually meet the demand, so the conflicts and drama just got super intense and people got weeded out really fast. So you can probably see that my guild made an odd choice and decided to put our hive in someone else's claimed territory, although I think it was more like TSK claimed the space around our leader and then the leader told everyone to just port there. Which is fine for my purposes. It definitely makes things interesting, but you don't really want too much early conflict, or you can lose a lot before you even really get started. The basic strategy in War and Order is to build your stuff up, make sure you level your hospital and medic tents, and make sure that you're keeping your research up to date, and gather as many resources as you can without putting your army in danger. One other thing to mention is that in War and Order, different units have different load capacities, and this means that in this case, cavalry can usually carry more than other units, and you want to consider this when building troops and choosing which ones you want to use for gathering once you have a lot to choose from. I was kind of thin on the details in this video, so if anyone has any specific questions, you can put them in the comments and I'll try my best to help out. It was hard to keep this a reasonable length and still talk about a variety of things, so I'll leave the rest for some other videos. Thanks for checking this video out, and I'll keep you updated on some of the stuff happening in my realm and any other tips and tricks that I run across while playing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you found something useful.